Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well. And there are three main news items today that I want to talk about. The first, of course, as you can see on my screen, is dealing with Kevin Hart. So if you don't know at this point, Kevin Hart was chosen to be the host for the Oscars in 2019. I personally was very excited by this because I like Kevin Hart. I think that he's very, very funny. And I thought he was a perfect choice because he is not known for really political humor. He's not known for being a political guy. I'm sure he has political opinions, but that he doesn't really let that ever really shine forth through in either his comedy or anything else that he does. And that's why I was like, you know what, this might be the host that they finally need. This is the host that can get some more eyes on the television because maybe we'll actually be entertained for once instead of being preached to. And unfortunately, that is not going to be the case anymore because Kevin Hart stepped down from that job probably because of pressure. I mean, if anyone's trying to say he chose to step down, that very well might be true, but you know that they were twisting his arm saying, oh, you know, you need to step down, you better step down. It's like either you step down or we fire you, etc. You know, what do you want to happen? I would not be surprised if that was what was going on behind the scenes. And the reason why is because there were apparently anti-gay, homophobic tweets that he put out years ago, in the context of it being a joke, because one of them had to do with him slamming a house over his child's head, which, like, I'm sorry, that's a joke, obviously, because why would he ever slam something over his son's head? Doesn't make any sense. But also, too, it all comes into this intersectional movement that we are currently in, where if you are not on the hierarchy of victimhood, if you are not on the high end of that victimhood, like a lot of gay, transgender now also, they're at, like, the highest points of this victimhood chart, which is really sad because if you are basically allowing yourself to be a victim and allowing yourself to be seen as a victim and labeling yourself as a victim, how do you expect to grow? How do you expect to be able to live a good and fruitful life? If you are constantly just being, well, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, guess what? You're never going to grow. You are never going to move out of that mindset. And that's the problem with SJW, NPC, identity politics nonsense, is because, again, you are forced in a way to identify yourself only by this external stuff, your orientation, your sexual orientation, your gender, your race. These are all peripheral things. These are all things that do not identify you as a person. It's a piece of the puzzle. If we are a puzzle, if you think about the human person as a puzzle, your race, your gender, your orientation, guess what? That's one piece of that puzzle. And if you make that one piece the entire puzzle, guess what? Why do you think people are going to react in a certain way? If you gave somebody a puzzle and you gave them one piece, what would their reaction be? They say, yeah, I don't think you understand what a puzzle is, because that's just not how it works. Again, just like with anything else, if you just give a piece of yourself, or if you only allow yourself to be identified by that one single piece, guess what? It's not going to be good for you, not just in how you interact with other people, but also in how you identify with yourself. Because if you limit yourself to just one piece, guess what? You are forgetting about all the other pieces that make up who you are. And if you are not going to say, if you cannot admit that that's going to be damaging to the human person, to deny parts of who you actually are, parts that actually identify you as a person, guess what? That's going to cause a lot of pain. That's going to cause a lot of trouble. And it makes a lot of sense that when people do that, they tend to suffer from a lot of other issues because, once again, they are limiting who they are and allowing other people to limit them as well. Because it's not just them doing it to themselves, it's them believing they're college professors. It's them believing this Hollywood elite, this college elite level that's trying to push down this stupid identity politics nonsense down our throats. And it's because of that nonsense that Kevin Hart lost this job. Why Kevin Hart did not have this job. But the good news, the great news, is that he had an amazing night on tour. Kevin Hart, as it says in the article, says, called himself blessed after he broke an attendance record with his irresponsible tour on Saturday, December 8th, one day after he stepped down as host of the Oscars Backlash. And then apparently in the video itself, he says, 2 sold-out shows in Sydney, Australia, and I gotta tell you, I'm effing blown away. I can understand why he would feel that way, especially after all the nonsense that was thrown his way. Blown away, 34,000 people. Gee damn it, this is what happiness looks like. Thank you for listening. Thank you for laughing. Thank you for supporting me. I love you. Now, that's a message right there. That is a message. Notice how he's not attacking anybody. Notice how he is showing that he is just supportive of people coming out to support. And you know what? Kudos to everyone that showed up to his show. Kudos to every person that probably bought tickets to see his show because they thought to themselves, this is a man who did nothing wrong. If you're trying to tell me that a tweet that you describe as homophobic, that's not actually homophobic. Last time I checked, did he ask for gay people to be killed? Did he ask for gay people not to be allowed to live their life? No, he didn't do that. He didn't do any of those things. And that's the current problem with our country, is that we honestly, we blame, or rather we describe things as being racist or sexist when in reality they're not. We've forgotten what those terms mean because it's being used so often that we have no idea. We have no concept or understanding about what it actually means to be those things. It comes to the point now where if you're like him and you make a joke saying, yeah, I wouldn't want my son to be gay. Oh, that's a hateful person. Oh my God, he's so hateful. No, he can't host the Oscars. Did you hear what he said? He said he'd slam a house over his son's head. He can't be host. This is where we are now. We're so reactionary. We are so just... We're so out of our minds. We're so alarmist on everything. Not just on other political matters, but on everything we are alarmist. If you say one thing that might seem to not be fully on board with any of these social programs, boom, you're hateful. And you're not allowed to exist anymore. Your existence is now seen as, oh, no. You're one of them now. It's always this us and them mentality. And some people say, well, aren't you doing that too when you call people out, SJW, things like that? The difference is that I'm calling out people who are trying to isolate our society, who are trying to put us all into these safe spaces. I'm trying to free them from that and to free others and hopefully open other people's minds to understand, oh, I never realized that this is what's happening to me before. I never realized that they're trying to turn an entire puzzle that is my person, that is who I am, and trying to narrow me down to just one piece. And you can't just identify yourself as one piece of a puzzle. Otherwise, you're missing something. You're missing a lot, actually. So kudos to Kevin Hart. Good job, Kevin Hart. Again, I still support you, dude. And obviously, I know that you're not listening to this right now because you're way too big to ever watch one of these types of videos, but I support you, man, and I think it's terrible what happened to you. There's no need for you to apologize for your comments, man. Like, I know that you did because you know that if you don't do anything, that it's just going to be worse for you because these people are that crazy. But I support you, man, and it's going to be really sad not having you host the Oscars because you were actually one of the reasons why I might have actually gone back to watch the Oscars, but it looks like I'm going into year 3 of boycotting the Oscars because they've become so politically stupid. And I know that they're just going to replace you with someone who is just going to continue the tanked ratings because they do not understand. To be a Hollywood elite means you have no idea and you have no understanding about why people reject your message because their heads are so far up their ass, man, that they can't see the reality anymore. So hope that your show goes well, and it'd be great if you hear this, but if you can't, that's fine too because I still support you. Other news, oh man, we got a new poster, guys. We got a new poster from Captain Marvel. Look at that. Doesn't that make you excited to see the movie? Look at that. She's kind of smiling in this poster. I love how they're like, we're not going to have her fully smiling. We can't have that because then fans will know, oh, okay, yeah, they heard, we heard them and we're changing. We can't have that happen. So we'll just give her a tiny little smirk that looks even worse. Like, look at that. It's just a bad poster. People saying, oh, you're just sexist. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. If you want to talk about great posters that also features a woman, Peppermint. Yes, that's right. Peppermint. Peppermint was actually a really good movie. I know people who are friends of mine who hated it. And I have to defend it next to them because I say, you know what? At the end of the day, it was damn entertaining. And I thought Jennifer Garner did a great job. And you know what was an awesome poster? That one. That was a badass poster. This we're supposed to be excited for this woman? I'm sorry, but like you're not winning us with the trailers, and you're obviously not winning us with the posters either, because just like in the trailers, she has no charisma. None whatsoever. And again, I don't put all the blame on her for this. I put the blame on whoever took the picture, whoever painted it, whatever it is, whoever directed her in the movie. Those are the people who are mostly responsible for this because they allowed her to do this. But to say that, oh, I'm a sexist because I'm saying that women can only act a certain way. No, I'm not. I can list off a myriad of examples of women doing roles that are not traditionally feminine. But that's not going to be good enough for you. That's virtue signaling. And I don't want to be a virtue signaler, but at the end of the day, even if I did, guess what? It wouldn't matter to you because you've already made up your mind. Terrible, terrible poster. Nonsense. Some more nonsense. This is from our Dork Side of the Force friends right here. And actually, I will say that the most nonsensical part of this might not even be the news itself. It's how comicbook.com, it's all the same to me. It's how Dork Side of the Force handles this. They say, this isn't a Star Wars 9 rumor. This is a spoiler. A mild one, but a spoiler nonetheless. So only read on if you are happy with spoilers about the upcoming film. If you are not okay with spoilers, hit the back button now. Oh my god, a mild spoiler? What does it have to do with? Oh, wait, that's right. That's right. It's in the title. You've already said that she's going to be doing something with Luke Skywalker's lightsaber in the title. So you are so hypocritical. You're like, oh, no, if you don't want to be spoiled, it's a mild spoiler. It's not a big one, but it's a mild one. I wouldn't even consider this to me is it's just stupid. Like, who cares what she's doing with the lightsaber? That doesn't matter. That's a plot point. That's not a big twist. Like, to me, a spoiler is something that's going to ruin your experience of the film. That's the whole concept of something being spoiled. Something being spoiled is a negative connotation. It means, for example, if I were to have gone out during the time when Snape killed Dumbledore in Harry Potter and said, oh yeah, by the way, Snape kills Dumbledore. Guess what? That spoils the movie. That spoils a concept. That spoils the book, rather, when it first came out. That is an actual spoiler. To say that this is a mild spoiler, are you kidding me? Who cares? Oh my goodness gracious. That's really all I wanted to say about this. So apparently, Rey is going to be working on Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. So if that's something that matters to you, like this, to me, it would be like if I started a video saying, hey, so Rey does something with Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. If you don't want to be spoiled, it's not a big spoiler, it's a mild spoiler, but if you don't want to be spoiled, just, click the X now. Even though I've just told you what the actual content is. Oh, well, you didn't go into all the details with it. Why? What's the detail? What's the detail? The details are vague for obvious reasons. Really, the details are vague, so how is this a spoiler? How is this a mild spoiler? Okay, so if you're still here, let's take a look at what Rey has planned for the Skywalker lightsaber. We talked about this a little while ago. We learned the fate of the Skywalker lightsaber following the events of The Last Jedi. In short, the lightsaber is knackered with the Kyber crystal split in two beyond repair. I might have been premature stating it was beyond repair because according to spoilers, which source its information from the likes of production office of Star Wars, marketing, the Skywalker lightsaber will be repaired in episode 9. Really? So the fact that you talked about it already kind of indicates that it's going to be working in some capacity. But this is a mild spoiler. Oh my god, the Star Wars shill media is trying everything. The fact that they think this is exciting news, that Callum Gunn thinks this is exciting news, and this is a spoiler? Just get out of here. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about any of the stories that I talked about today, about the Kevin Hart situation, about the new Captain Marvel poster, and about this episode 9 story, which again, at this point, I think people are just like, why should I care? They obviously don't care about us or what we think because we got The Last Jedi, and they never balked on it. They continue to double down on that movie. So obviously they don't care about what we think. So why are they continuing to act like we do care or that we will care with stupid nonsense and fake spoilers? I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Like this video, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. It helps me out a lot. You're all amazing and beautiful people. Have a great day. And as always, God bless.